Okay, so firstly, welcome to my differentiation model audio program. I'm Gary May, and as narrator and, for want of a better word, inventor of the differentiation model, I'm going to be walking you through this hugely persuasive strategy where over the next hour or so you're going to be discovering the truth behind what it is that utterly compels your prospects to buy from you, how you can overcome buying decisions that currently are made purely on price, and finally the secrets behind how my clients who have adopted this model now report success rates of over 78% when competing for business in and amongst their industry competitors. But before we get into the model itself, I think it's important for me to explain exactly how it came about and the thought processes and psychology behind it. Because importantly, this isn't some model that's been adapted from existing textbooks all wrapped up with a shiny new title, nor is it something that is already out there being deployed by your industry competitors. And it is for this reason that I finally decided to make the differentiation model audio program so that you can take advantages and the massive gains of having something that your competitors simply don't know about, and when used they simply can't compete with. So let's start by identifying where the differentiation model came from. The model actually came about from being contracted as a consultant by numerous corporations, all wanting the same type of results and conclusions from the work they brought me in to do. Namely, these tended to include: how can we increase the number of incoming leads, how can we maximise the revenue streams from existing customers and contracts, and how can we ensure that in a competitive situation we are the must-have company to do business with. Now naturally, as part of any project like this, I first have to discover and understand exactly what these companies are offering, their products and services, and ultimately how do they currently go about trying to win new business opportunities. And I've got to say that after doing this type of exercise, the same old tired methods and processes were being deployed over and over again by multiple organisations, and it became crystal clear that it is no wonder that customers and buyers have very little to choose from when making a purchasing decision other than that of price, which I'm sure most of you would agree is probably the last option you'd want a prospect to choose you by, because the lowest price you would tend to have the lowest margins, and with lowest margins naturally come low profits. And not only that, but do you really want the tag of being the cheapest option, or would you much prefer to be known as the must-have option? So it is these many frustrations and working with businesses on these types of projects that did utterly compel me to come up with a model that did finally differentiate and separate my clients from all of their competitors. And for the remainder of this audio program, we're going to be walking through this 3-step process that will not only truly revolutionize how you view what it is that you do in a competitive selling situation, but will invariably increase your winning ratios against all of your competition forever. Stage 1, identifying the root of the problem. Now this step is about you putting yourself in the mind's eye and in the shoes of your clients trying to make a purchase from you and your company. And by doing so, we're going to truly understand exactly what they see, what they hear, what they feel about you, your company, your products and your services. Now, over the years, I've worked with managing directors, sales professionals, telemarketing professionals from companies ranging from 5 to 50,000 members of staff. And I've taken them through this exact same process every single time. And every single time we get the same results, the same levels of bewilderment, and the same levels of stark realization. So let's get straight to what's going to be step 1 of 4 to identify these problems with the current sales thinking, and what problems these are causing your clients when deciding who to place their business with. Now, if you're driving along listening to this, obviously please don't do what I'm just about to ask you to do. However, if you're at home or if you're in the office, then please grab a notepad and a pen. You are going to need this, and what you're going to write down is going to form what we're going to do in step 3. Now, if you've got a notepad and a pen in front of you, I need a piece of paper split into four quadrants, so vertical line and horizontal line. If you could label those in the top left hand corner, reasons to buy. In the top right hand corner, if you could put customer emotions. Bottom left hand corner, company values, and bottom right hand corner, company questions. If you've done that, then we're good to go. Move on to the next track and we'll get on with the top left hand box, which we've now labelled reasons to buy. So hopefully you've got your pen hovering above the top left hand box, which is labelled reasons to buy. And this is where the differentiation model starts. And as I previously said, I'm going to take you through exactly the same processes and types of thinking that I take my clients through for them to truly understand what their true points of differentiation are. Firstly, I want you to place your thoughts inside the mind of your existing customers and clients, and I need you to write down what you believe are the reasons that they ended up choosing to do business with you over your competitors. What was it about you and your company that ultimately influenced their decision-making process? For example, do you have some unique selling points that your competitors simply don't? Is there something about you and your company that makes you remarkably different, or do you just do things in a slightly different way? So to help you with this thought process, I'm going to share with you the types of thoughts and answers that previous clients have given me as to the reasons why they believe that prospects have decided to purchase from them. They range from exceptional customer service, they've been established longer than their competitors, even down to they have a single point of contact. Others have given me exclusivity of products, accreditations by governing bodies and trade associations, and even industry awards. Now, one answer that comes up quite a lot, and it's actually very, very true, it might be just you as the person as to the reason why they bought from you. Or it could be you're a one-stop solution provider, or you provide exceptional value for money. Or ultimately, it could just be it's your company's reputation and the brand within your marketplace. Okay, so just to recap, I asked you to write down the reasons that you believe your customers are currently buying from you. And very quickly, the type of things that I would expect to see are things like exceptional customer services, accreditations by governing bodies, industry awards, you as a person, or just your company, its reputation and its branding. Right, now we've completed that, I'm going to get you to go and do an exercise. Now, with your notes in hand, what I'm going to ask you to do is going to carry a bit of a warning, because what you're just about to discover is going to depress you, but luckily it's the rest of this model that is going to overcome this and to show you your true differentiators from all your competitors. Okay, so now I'm going to ask you, who are your major competitors? Obviously, I'm not in your industry, I'm not sat there with you, but you will know who your major competitors are and who you've lost business to in the past. So now, let's open up a browser and I'll need you to type in your competitor's name and bring up their website. Now, hopefully, in front of you, you have your competitor's website. If not, then go and do that now. Because what I'm going to ask you to do is have a look at their website, and I want you to notice what it is that they claim to be that's better than you. So what is it that they're saying? Are they saying things like exceptional customer service, single account management, we've won industry awards, we are accredited by governing bodies? Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but doesn't this all sound very familiar? And not only is it on your website, it's also on their website. And guess what? We also put them on our proposals. So we may have had a fantastic presentation with a client and we've walked away and we've left them a proposal. Problem is, so have our competitors. So we leave our prospects with a number of proposals that we are expecting them to pick out the differences between them. And guess what? They're all pretty much exactly the same, claiming to be exactly the same type of company. So guess what they end up choosing you by? That's right, it's the price. And we know that's the one thing we wouldn't want to be chosen for, because, as I said right at the very beginning, if we have low prices, that would tend to mean low margins. And if we've got low margins, that's minimal profit. Now, to complete this section, I'm going to ask you the question again. What are the reasons that you believe customers are buying from you? Because I hope now, by going through that very short exercise and having a look at your competitors' websites, you would have noticed that it is actually exceptionally hard for your clients to differentiate you, your company, your product and your service from everybody else that they've seen. And so when people do tell me that they have some USPs or unique selling points, I will question them, because inherently what we do end up finding is they are universal selling points that you and everybody else are using to convince a prospect that they should be doing business with you. And in actual fact, customers have now become so blasé that they just skip over those points that you once believed were the reasons why people bought from you. So now for the remainder of this audio program, I am going to show you how to truly differentiate yourself from all your competitors, making sure that you are the must-have company to do business with, who will get chosen up and around about 78% of the time. So now I've taken you through the first step of the differentiation model. I guess you're wondering what's going to be included in the full audio program itself. Well, firstly, we're going to identify and understand with laser beam accuracy as to why your prospects simply cannot make a buying decision with you with your current proposals, and why you'll always leave them with one overriding feeling, and that's one of skepticism. So I asked the question, when was the last time you bought something that you were skeptical of? Secondly, you will discover how by changing the framing of your sales messaging, how you'll be able to communicate your sales message much more concisely, persuasively, and impart far more many reasons as to why your prospects should choose you to become their must-have company to do business with. We're going to understand if your competitors ever use this model, how it is going to effectively render your proposal, your company, and your products and services utterly useless. I'm going to divulge the persuasion strategies and the psychology behind the differentiation model, so that literally within 1 hour of listening to this audio program, you'll be able to use this at your very next client meeting. Now, the full differentiation model audio program will have a public release date of April the 1st, 2011. However, for readers of Gift of the Gab, I'm going to make a very special offer. So go to www.sales-ology.co.uk/Diff Model. That's www.sales-ology.co.uk/Diff Model. And there you'll see there's a very special price of just £97 for your pre-public release copy. And that's 50% off what the public are going to pay on 1st of April 2011. So go there now and secure your copy at just £97 for the full audio program of the differentiation model, which has proven to get success rates in a competitive selling situation of up to 78%. So if your prospects have 3 proposals laid out on the table, imagine having a success rate knowing that in 78% of the times they're going to choose you as the must-have company to do business with.